Welcome, all of you, dear children. So, we are discussing the dear departed of Unit 2, comes under humor, part 2. See, in the previous video, we have come to know how the middle class families in the 18th century in European countries. Children, you know, this was written by William Stanley Houghton. This was originally a play, role play, one act play, what we say. Already I discussed in my previous two videos. So today we are going to conclude this beautiful play. It is a part 2. So in the previous one, you have come to know all the characters, the two daughters of Abel Merriweather, and how the daughters were very anxious at the news that Abel Merriweather was no more. And that small little girl, I think all of you know, she went up to bring something. What happened suddenly? She saw her grandpa getting up. And she came running and told everybody. By the time the younger daughter, she came already because the telegram was sent. Those days, no phone calls, no. So already Mr. and Mrs. Slater, they are already living with Abel Merriweather, and Mr. and Mrs. Jordan, they arrived, and suddenly all of them, they got scared to see Abel Merriweather coming down the downstairs. This is where we stopped exactly, no? Yes. Then what happened? When Abel Merriweather, when he came down, he was surprised to see all of them. He didn't understand why his younger daughter and the son-in-law, they arrived. They didn't understand. And you see, all of them were wearing their dress also something different. Black dress something. See, generally, black represents the sorrow. Here in northern India, if anybody died, all they appear in white color. But there what happened? Black color. He didn't understand why they were. Like it is called actually mourning dress. Mourning. 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 To mourn somebody's death. So somebody died means, see, we can't go in a makeup, no. So there is one specific color, like black color. He didn't understand. And not only that, he saw his slippers being worn by whom? Mr. Slater. I think you remember when the small little girl asked her parents, "Are you going to pinch the things of grandpa?" They simply drove her away. You remember, all of you, I think. Yes. Now the slippers were there. He didn't understand. Then he observes Henry wearing his slippers. Immediately, Mrs. Slater snatches them from Henry and gave them to Abel. He put them on and sits in an armchair. Then he asked, "What, Jordan? What happened to you? Why did you come? Why are you like this?" So, Mr. Jordan started giving answers in different way. That somebody died, some of his cousin died, some of his cousin's cousin died, something like that. No proper connection. That's why he came like that. Like that. They didn't know because they didn't expect that Abel Merriweather was alive. So what they thought, Henry Slater and Mrs. Slater thought that he was no more and they gave the telegram. So they too thought like that they were no more. Then Mrs. Jordan, the younger daughter, she understood. Yes. So this is undoubtedly the game of her elder sister. That's it. So what Victoria, that small little girl, she was looking at both of them. See how the tennis ball going from one to one, no, one court to another court. That's it. Both the sisters, Amelia and Elizabeth, started fighting. Yes. So this is how you are looking at our father. You wanted to pinch everything of his and you are playing a game. So Abel understood his daughter's dishonesty and comes to know the reality. That's it. They were fighting. Oh, you only you. Both the husbands were also looking like that. What to do, they didn't understand. Because both the daughters are fighting for not for the father. See, try to understand. Okay, father will stay with me for some months. You take father, he will stay with you for some these many months. No, no, no. Why should I take you? Keep him with you only. See, all these things started in India, as I told you, in these years. For past 10, 15 years, it started here also. Sharing of parents. What foolish thing you think. But it started in the British middle class families in the 18th century itself. That's what the playwright William Stanley Houghton satirically he is telling us. So Abel Merriweather is not wanted by anyone. All his properties are wanted. And even you see, one of the son in laws, he scolded him, useless fellow. He didn't pay the drunken fellow. He didn't pay the insurance. Now, how do we get? Like that, beforehand, the discussion went on. So, they wanted the insurance of this old man. They wanted the property. Already, bureau, what not, wall clock, that watch. Because already the younger daughter, she came. That time only she said, Sister, okay, Elizabeth started telling that watch was promised to my son, Jimmy. Okay, already father promised. So, like that, what is happening now? This is for you, that is for you. Sharing is going on. No, no, I want that also. Now, looking at all these things, this quarrel, Abel Merriweather could not digest. Then he said, Shut up, both of you. And he addresses his daughters directly and declares that he is going to change his will, leaving all his property to whoever he is living with when he dies. That's it. Mrs. Jordan started to fight with each other to keep their father in their care. So, what he said? No, I will give my property. Who is taking care of me until my death? That's it. Till my death, who takes care? For them only, I am going to give my property and I am going to change my will. Will, will here is noun, children. Will. Will means it is a statement on which, a declaration on which the elders write all the properties. Today, your parents are there, they joined in a good school, they are giving everything to you. Afterwards, in their old age, what they will do? Whatever the assets, the properties are there will be divided equally and they will write a will. It is a legal document. Will is noun here. You say, no, it's my will. Their will means that is different, related to your mind. But here, will is a legal document on which all the properties are written legally. Isn't it? So he said that I'm going to change the will. Both the sisters tried to convince him, Papa, please stay with us, stay with me, stay with us, stay with us, stay like that. But he refused to stay with them. Then he makes an announcement which shocks everyone. That's it. All are looking, what is the announcement? They didn't understand. All of you listen, I'm going to announce something great. This I decided. I'll tell you what I've got to do. On Monday, next, I've got to do 3 things. Hey, say 3 things. What Papa is going to shut up. You wait. Both the sisters are telling themselves. I've got to go to the lawyer, first one, and alter my will. And next, I've got to go to insurance office, pay my premium. And finally, the third one, I've got to go to St. Philip's Church and get married. Oh my God. What? Get married? Immediately, elder daughter saying, hey, he's out of his senses. Yes, I am going to get married. Why is that to you? Huh? Who are you? You are not caring me. I'm going to marry. Marriage at this age? What, father, are you gone mad or what? Yes, I'm not gone mad. 3 things, mind it. I'm going to change my will. I'm going to the lawyer, the first one. Second one, I'm going to pay my insurance premium. And the third one, I'm going to get married at St. Philip's Church. Got it? Who to? Who is that woman, stupid woman, who is going to get married to you? Mrs. Slater, elder daughter, asked, oh, you want details? Come on, you see. I'm going to marry Mrs. John Shorrocks, who keeps the beautiful restaurant Ringo Bells. Oh, that lady, Ringo Bells restaurant lady. What happened to you? That's it. We have had it fixed up a good while now. I was keeping it for a pleasant surprise. he said. And he rose up. Okay. He felt he was a bit of a burden. All these days I'm a burden to you. Don't worry. But she is very glad to look at me. You needn't worry, girls, and we shall be very glad to see you at the ceremony. See how happy his voice has become. Abel Merriweather. Marriage, no? So he became a groom now, bridegroom, at the age of some 60 or 70, 70 almost. So we shall be very glad to see you at the ceremony. Till Monday, then 12 o'clock at St. Philip's Church. Okay, don't forget. My dear daughters and my dear son-in-laws. Of course, my dear grandchildren, you are very small, you don't know all these things. He stood up, opening the door. It's a good thing you brought that bureau downstairs, Amelia. Thank you. Because once I got married, I have to take all my things there, no, to that house. So thank God you brought it from my room on the upstairs to downstairs. Thank you so much. And it will be handier to carry it across to the Ringo Bells on Monday. So where the restaurant is there only our house. Beautiful house. So I'm going to shift all my property there, Ringo Bells. Isn't it? Thank you all of you. Please do come to my ceremony. Okay, bye. Saying so, Abel Merriweather, he slowly goes out. Now you see the emotions of the daughters and son-in-laws. My God, how this old fellow planned. That means he's not going to give a single pie to us and he's going to get married at this age. And moreover, he's giving an invitation to us to come. I think never it happened. Then they started repenting. Yes, correct. This is a lesson for us because we wanted to share our father as how we are going to share his things or his assets. That's why father taught us a lesson. Do you think they really repented? No, there the story is ended. William Stanley Houghton, he concludes the play here. Why no? Merrily, Abel Merriweather goes out of the house bidding farewell to his daughters and son-in-laws. Bye, he said. So that is the title, The Deer Departed. See the situation. Deer, who is the deer here? Father is deer. Departed means what? He left the house. Depart, verb. Departure, noun. I think you heard this word, no? The train departed. The flight departed. We say depart opposite, arrive. Departure opposite, arrival. Antonym. The antonym of departed, arrived. Departure, arrival. See. So here the departure of Abel Merriweather from his house and their arrival at Ringo Bells. Why? To get married on Monday. To whom? John Shorrock's. Who is she? The restaurant Ringo Bells owner. Hope children, you might have really enjoyed this dear departed. So I hope these type of things shouldn't happen in our life. Though it is funny, but how difficult it is that father leaving us in the old age, going somewhere. So through this play, a satirical play, William Stanley Houghton, he gave a message to the then middle class society of the British. Please protect your parents, old people. Most important because old age is common to every one of us. Right, children? This is the dear departed. We are going to close the curtains. So see you in my next coming videos. A beautiful assignment is there. Please do it, children. Okay. Bye.